So recently the Flash movie came out, and it's definitely one of the movies that was released in 2023. The film is loosely based on the Flashpoint storyline, just like the animated movie was. And with that in mind, I wanted to talk about the first time the Flash fought the Reverse Flash in live action. But that episode was ass. Luckily, I discovered another episode that was right up my alley. The show starts off with a flashback of Central City back in 1955.
Oh, behave. Yeah.
Central City was being blackmailed for
$1 million.
And since it wasn't paid, the Ghost now plans to blow up downtown to smithereens.
This is the Ghost, wishing you all a very good evening.
There's only one person who can deal with this lunatic, the Nightshade. The Ghost uses his TV powers to stop the Nightshade with a little bit of trickery.
Your show's canceled, Ghost.
Try Ghostess.
But Nightshade stops the Ghost by canceling his stolen cable hookup.
Shit. Got your ass.
And for some reason that sets off a chain reaction of explosions. Somehow the Ghost created a cryogenic stasis chamber, and he plans to hide out until it malfunctions and he arrives a decade early in the 1990s.
So I missed.
The Ghost is pissed to find out that the 1990s are just like the 1950s, but now with AIDS and internet porn. He eventually forms a new gang. And he pulls up on his old girlfriend and still talking that same old shit about millions of dollars and blackmailing the city. The Ghost is still rocking that weak-ass Dairy Queen swirl on his head. Tragic. Barry Allen is talked into helping out at a telethon to help raise money for the Central City Hospital. For those of you too young to remember, telethons were like big-ass talent shows where people would do silly shit on camera and people would call in to give them money. It's not too different from a Twix subathon. At the telethon, Barry and his partner Julio are introduced to their boss's old friend and chief of staff at Central City Hospital, Dr. Desmond Powell. The Ghost strikes again, attacking the telethon and stealing some TV equipment. The Flash saves some old ladies, and Dr. Powell mysteriously disappears.
Yeah, I thought all of this was behind me.
The next day, Dr. Powell informs the police that the goofball on TV was the Ghost from back in the day. But the lieutenant is skeptical. The Ghost gets his old gang back together, and like a dumbass, he announces that they plan to rob Star Labs for more tech.
That's stupid! Use your common sense.
And on with the show, Ghost.
Flash arrives and literally whoops the goons' asses with a wire cord. Until
Surprise, motherfucker.
Nightshade shoots the old man, but he gets hit as well. Just like old times.
Still using knockout darts?
The Nightshade is a throwback to the old school mystery men of the golden age of comic books. He's like the Shadow, and he operates like the Green Hornet.
By the way, who the hell are you? A colored guy. Would have guessed.
Boogie, boogie, nigger! Boogie, boogie!
The Flash frees himself by rubbing the thermostat, and he quickly packages up Dr. Powell's flesh wound. Flash leaves, but he returns as Barry, and they get the hell out of Dodge. Back at Nightshade's lair, Barry marks out over all of Dr. Powell's memorabilia. He also awkwardly asks him for advice on how to handle a dual identity.
Why'd you become the Nightshade?
Someone had to be. I came home from Korea. This town was being squeezed between the mob and a corrupt administration.
Why'd you put on a mask?
Oh, I was working outside the law. I was black. Nobody was going to give me any medals.
Nasty!
Nightshade retired after his last fight with the Ghosts. The hero life cost him his health, his family, and his fiancée.
35 years from now, who'll remember remember the Flash.
Learn it? Did you want to fight? Is that the deal? Whoa, bro. Fight?
With the new tech upgrade, the Ghost hacks into the city's infrastructure controlling the water and electrical systems, telecommunications, and computers. Nightshade gets Ghost Girl to snitch on what the Ghost has been hiding for all this time.
Where is he now?
Where you left him after the showdown in 55.
I went there right after the fire and searched. There was nothing.
A hidden room.
Damn, he didn't even try, did he? The Ghost plans to upgrade himself by shoving an Ethernet cable up his ass and becoming one with technology.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Wired to everything.
Time now to show Central City what a comeback really means.
With his new upgrade, the Ghost now blackmails Central City for
$100 billion.
at least he's learning. The Flash and Nightshade come up with a plan to upgrade Nightshade's old cable blocker from the 1950s. And it works.
You can't really expect that to work twice.
Gotcha, bitch!
The Flash is quick, but the Ghost gives him a virtual ass beating by dragging his psyche through the different TV channels. Nightshade takes out the Ghost goons and blocks the cable signal.
Come here!
Shit, that nigga had me scared, but I held my own. Fuck that.
The city returns to normal, the Flash thanks Dr. Powell for his help, and the Nightshade goes back into retirement. The end. You know, this episode has some similarities to the Beware the Grey Ghost episode of Batman animated series. You know, where the main hero teams up with their idol, gaining some words of wisdom. And it's great. I love this episode. And the idea of the Nightshade as this old vigilante is just dope.
All right, now let's go down there and get him.
Slow down, Speedy. Gotta have a plan. Up in.
No. Bad for the image.
They did another episode where the Nightshade returns after a copycat vigilante starts killing criminals as the Deadly Nightshade, which is also another great episode. This was a series it's of my time, but I didn't grow up with it. And it's funny that they had the Flash running around in a tight-ass velour tracksuit in this show. I've only seen a few episodes of this show, but I was a little surprised at how similar it was to the CW Flash series. And the over-reliance on Tim Burton's Batman aesthetic wasn't really necessary for the vibe of The Flash. You know, it's funny. When The Flash got its first TV show, they ripped off Batman '89. And 30 years later, when The Flash gets his own movie, the marketing was hijacked by Batman '89.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme. Every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one.
And remember, my fast friend, these outfits we wear are just another suit of clothes, not another man.
Well, thanks for watching, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.